What's going on, everybody? So listen, I know it's not Mondays toward the end of the month, a certain time of the month where a lot of us eat way more than we should in one day and then days on because we have an abundant amount of leftovers, right? So today's live edition, and if you don't get all the information or you have to step away because you're tending to other things, then I can understand that. This video will be available later on the channel, okay? So I'm going to go over some things, and luckily this happened to come in just in time. I have a special announcement also to make at the end of this video, and I also will provide you with a discount code. Give it that anything that you see you actually want to try. And right now, I will tell you that if you don't want to be bothered with the discount code, you can go to my website, www.thatguyhealth.com, hit the gains tab, shop any of those supplements, and you automatically get that reduction in your cart before you cash out, along with whatever the sale price might be if there is a sale available. Okay. So before we get into, let's go over some house cleaning. You should already know that this information that I'm providing for you should be strictly educational and informational purposes only. Although I am a personal trainer, I am not your personal trainer. But given that you want me to become your personal trainer because I am successful at it, you can go to the website, www.thatguyhealth.com, pick a training plan, or you can communicate with me via email or Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and I will get to you, and we will try to get you going as soon as possible in the direction that you want to go. Also, keep in mind, I am very heavy on respect. Respect others as you want to be respected. We are here at this channel. This is a fitness, health, wellness type channel. We don't want to attack anybody's mental health. We don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. We want to be productive and progress along with each other in this community, all right? If I do see any of that going on, I'll try to handle it accordingly. We all should have our big pants on and act accordingly, okay? Don't forget, in the super chat is available. If you want to highlight a question, a concern, a comment, take advantage of the super chat. Although the super chat is there to be highlighted, it also does help support the channel, as well as you liking, sharing, and bringing people to also get involved in this information. So what I am going to be going over, since we're over that, is my prep stack. I will be entering prep. I have like another week of good eating. Secondary week there, kind of slipping in, and then I will start my prep. With prep, I order a totally, I'm not going to say totally, I order a different type of stack of supplements to help support me going through prep, not only for fat loss, but also for my attitude, also for my testosterone levels, because those levels will be attacked as I go through prep. And I know some of you may be saying like, that doesn't sound exactly right, but it is. At the time of prep, or even going into a strong deficit, I always tell my clients this: you become a parasite to your body. Your body has a way of functioning, not only just because of bad habits that you taught it, but a direct foundational way of functioning, okay? And when you start trying to basically modify that, it's going to try to find a way around that to make it happen. And that's what we're forcing it to do. We're forcing it to go a roundabout way and utilize other macros so that we can go into a deficit and lose fat. And we don't want to lose muscle. With that being said, as a natural men's physique competitor, I know that when I go through prep, I am going to lose some muscle mass, and I want to combat that as much as possible. On top of combating the reduction or reducing of my muscle mass, I want to combat testosterone levels dropping, okay? I want to combat fatigue. I want to combat my my mood, my mood swings. All of that is going to be affected because of what's going on in my nutrition, my calorie, my macro intake. The body is lacking on energy. I want to also combat that. So I'm going to share with you some of the supplements that I actually use to combat these situations, okay? And I'm going to go through some general topics on why it does that and how it helps me. And if you want to look up the full science on that, like I said, once you go to the website, hit the gains tab, it will take you through that. So without further ado, let's get through this, and also let's get to the special announcement, because that's mainly what everybody wants to see. What's in the box and what can you do for me? All right. And I want to do something for you because you all have been supporting the channel and doing plenty of things for me, and I appreciate it. So let's get this open without knocking over too much stuff. Bubble wrap, let's get that out of the way. Invoice, Very well. Thank you very much. And this stack, if you want to know it's around, I spend around $200 to $300 depending on the stacks that I order when it's time. Okay. Necessarily, you don't have to spend that. I do have a video on this channel that goes over my big three, and it's 3 supplements that I definitely think you should have when you're trying to build muscle, get lean, definition. Everything else is kind of like icing on the top. Also, keep in mind the word supplement is supplemental. Okay. The best thing that you can do to try to make the most progress is take full control, streamline your nutrition, and implement a good training protocol that's going to get you where you want to go. So first out of the box, and this is going to be my first time tasting this flavor. All right. And you can see crushing on the box, tasting this flavor. And this flavor is Death by Chocolate. Although I don't want to die, Death by Chocolate is one of the new flavors that have come out with the renovation of Core Pro's look. I've had the French toast. I've had the vanilla cupcake. I've had the mocha. I've had everything except for basically the fruity cereal one. And I'm really not too keen on that one because I don't like to use milk in my smoothies because I want to decrease my fat. But the reason why I use Core Pro is for various reasons. One, it is a solid, fast acting quality protein. Okay, so you want something that's fast acting, that's going to get in the system. It's going to get you that protein hit. And another thing is, if you look on the back here, you can look at this in the full science. Amino acid profile is very nice. Okay, and I want those amino acids. I want those branch chain amino acids. I want those essential amino acids, either or. And we'll have a video going over BCAAs versus EAAs and all of that. You might be surprised about my findings on that, but this is also going to allow mTOR, the signaling of mTOR, which also is in line with muscle protein synthesis, MPS. And you want that to happen because that's going to be a critical key to us building muscle and having recovery. Another thing is the MCT ingredient in that. Okay, that's going to help for the passing of fatty acids. We want that. We want a reduction of fatty acids because this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to cut the fat. So that is why I utilize this protein specifically, on top of the taste is great. All right, so right there you got Core Pro, Death by Chocolate. I have other flavors, and if you all would like me to do a video on all of the flavors and kind of let you know what I think, which one is the best in like a numerical order, put that in the comments and I'll be sure to do that. So the next thing we have is something we're not going to argue about. This it's proven. Is my creatine monohydrate. Okay, I stay on this year round. Well, let me take that back. I stay on it pretty much 10 months out of the year. Every so often, like almost every 5 months, I will take like some time off of it. And I take some time off of plenty of this stuff. And I know a lot of people say you don't have to. It's natural. It's not really natural. Okay. It's just not steroids. It's not anabolic. I'm not going to even say it's not anabolic. It's just not steroids. Okay. And with that being said, I like to give my body some time off of things that are coming into it aside from food. And even in our food, we have things that we probably wish we didn't have. You spend extra money and try not to get it, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So we try to do better than not. So with the creatine, increase muscle. Okay, we want to increase muscle mass. Creatine is going to be one of those key factors in that. You also want to have an increased amount of performance, and you also want to decrease the amount of muscle fatigue you have when you're training. That helps you. So the harder you can train, the longer you can train within moderation. Okay, we're not going to be sitting in there for 4 hours. All right, you don't want to do that, but to be able to add to your performance, that's going to help you. Creatine is going to help you. All right, and I can tell you that you can look the research up all day on this, and I know there's some bad things on everything, but keep that in mind. But you definitely need to keep yourself well hydrated. If you're going to use any type of supplemental powders, you should definitely practice being hydrated. I drink like a gallon or more a day. I'm not saying you have to drink a gallon, but you want to be hydrated. Okay, so creatine is another thing in there for that, and that's going to be for, like I said, muscle mass, performance, and endurance. Then I have my fast acting protein, which also has the MCTs for reduction of fatty acid, also gives me the essential amino acids I need to also build muscle. And I want to trigger that mTOR, which is going to trigger MPS. That's reason for these two. The next we're going to go into ABC. Okay. Oh, wrong. I almost let the cat out of the bag on that. Dang, I'm missing something. That sucks. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter because it probably came in another box, but I got one right here. Core ABC. This is going to be the next one on the taste test. And I use my branch chain amino acids right there. You should pretty much know about that. And this is also, so in the morning, I'm going to have my protein, boom, going to get that, the amino acids in there, trigger that mTOR, MPS is going. I'm taking in food. Then when I start working out, I'm going to have my intro workout right here is for my drink, my BCAAs. All right. So that's going to help me with recovery. It's also going to help promote triggering mTOR throughout the day for muscle protein synthesis, for the body to use that protein so we can build and recover and repair the muscle that we're tearing down as we're trying to build. You got to keep in mind during this time, I'm also in prep. So I'm cutting back on fat, which is putting my body through something. I'm going to lose energy. So I'm trying to push a supplement stack that's going to help me combat that energy loss, help me try to utilize as much protein as I can to build muscle, to recover the muscle, to not break the muscle down to the point I can't build it up. So I'm combating all of that so I can try to retain as much as I've earned in my build season. Okay, so that's what we got right here. Then we're going to go into, now when we get into these are going to be a bit more away from what I call my big three. Okay, we get into this. These are the additives that I start adding solely when I'm going into prep and when I'm into cut. And the first one I'm going to pull out of here is Core Test. This is going to be a testosterone supplement. And let me be very clear, this is not external testosterone. This is not something you're shooting and it's going to boost your testosterone level unnaturally to where your body pretty much says, I don't need to generate testosterone, because you're getting it from an outside source. This supplement here is to help your body and promote your body to produce more testosterone in a natural environment. Okay, so with that testosterone, we're also trying to help our mood. Okay, because as men get lower in testosterone, we know that the effects of that is mood swings. Okay, they're very mild-tempered, they're short-tempered, they can be short, because that testosterone level is very important in the man's body. Another thing is building muscle. Men have a tendency to build muscle more than women in a natural state because of that testosterone element. So with that, we're trying to get the body to promote more testosterone, because as we're going through prep, or as I'm going through prep, I'm losing fat, I'm in a deficit, and that body, my body, is going to start basically saying, you know what, you're a parasite. Remember what I said, your body thinks of you as a parasite, or reacts to your plans as a parasite at this moment. So your body's knowing that I don't have enough energy, I don't have enough calories, I don't have enough macros, I don't have enough resources for you to function in full capacity. So the body starts shutting certain departments down. And I'm not ashamed to say that one of those departments is going to be your sex drive, because your body is thinking, I don't have the energy to reproduce. So with that being said, sex drive is something that can happen where you lose a bit of your sex drive. So implementing something to combat these things will not only help make your prep more of a positive experience, but also help put your body and try to keep your body in a place to where you can retain as much muscle as you can while you're losing and cutting heavy amounts of fat. All right. That is why I use that test. Okay. So test is important during this time, and I will cycle this in and out with another product, and that is called Burn. Okay, Burn is another product that I'm going to use to combat the lack of energy. I'm going to use to also help promote help promote fat loss, and it is also going to help me with hunger suppression, which is very important. Okay, hunger suppression is important right here. So right there you see we have, and I can pretty much get rid of this box. Actually, I'll wait. Yeah, I'll get rid of this box right now, because I got some things in there that go for the special announcement. But right here, as you see, make sure these are facing you so you can see the names on them. That way, if you want to test them, this is what I run. Okay, now I will cycle out of these, especially in the beginning. Now, what I will do is I will start with the test first, because I want to get that good into my system, because I have found for myself that I usually start being able to kind of see some resemblance of this actually taking its place about the second tub. So that's the second cycle, not the first. Okay. And the Burn, since I'm going to go get my DEXA scan. And the DEXA scan, if you haven't gotten it and you're competitive, you're really not trying to get on the edge of trying to find out how to really bring your body in the best you can. DEXA scans for my group, especially the Fat Loss Challenge group, will be December 6th. Okay. So with this being said, Burn, I will go ahead and start that at the tail end of December. after I finish going through this to try to get some of that going. All right. I don't really want to cut down extremely bad this time. I want to be a little bit more full of a definition. So I'm working on some different wrinkles here and there. But burn is going to be one of those things that's going to definitely help us with energy. It's going to help us to reducing cortisol levels, and that's important. And that's why I keep my notes over here, so I try not to miss something that I know, but I'll go through and miss things, and I don't want to miss anything. So I'm telling you, cortisol levels. Cortisol levels have the effects that will definitely derail a prep or derail your goals. Okay, cortisol levels are going, if you have a drop in cortisol or increase in cortisol, because we don't want to increase in cortisol, we want to try to keep that cortisol under control, keep it down. And cortisol levels usually raise when you're stressed or you have anxiety. Well, you're going to be stressed as you start going through prep because your body's going through something. You're not eating everything you want. You're having to deal with people eating around you. You're having to train for 2 hours with, although you don't have all of the energy or all of the resources that you used to have when you were consuming higher amounts of calories and macros. You're going to be going through a stressful moment on top of trying to get ready for competition, on top of dealing with your job, your family, and everything else. Cortisol levels will come up. And once those come up, you're stunning your growth, okay? And that's something that you don't want, because that's also going to have an effect on your mood. It's going to have an effect on your digestive system. It's going to have an effect on your reproductive system, like we talked about sex drive, and it will have an effect on your immune system. In today's society and environment, immune system is not something that we want to sacrifice, okay? Because if you get sick while going through prep, it will derail your prep some, if not all the way, okay? You have to think about it. You're already putting your body through an extreme process. Now you're sick. You're going to need a lot of resources or a lot of food, or a food period certain that it probably might not adhere to your protocol in order to get your health back on track. And we don't want to do that. So we want to make sure we stay on top of whatever our vitamin pack might be, whatever our supplement stack may be. And I didn't just come up with this the first time. I had to go through a couple or a few preps in order to find a sweet spot for me. And I have found, like, I've tried a lot of stuff. I've tried pre-workouts and all types of other junk, because when you're getting in, you're trying to grab everything you can and you think it's going to give you the edge. Well, as a natural bodybuilder, natural men's physique competitor, I found that this is really all I need: food, water, these supplements right here. I have found that there's no sense for me to spend gobs of money and other things that really are going to be so minuscule that it's not going to matter. And all of this stuff can be minuscule if you're not eating correctly, if you're not training hard enough. Okay. This stuff is a supplement. These are not steroids. And even if you were on steroids or gear or whatever you want to call it, you'd still have to put in the work. You still have to adhere to eating protocol. You still have to adhere now to cleanliness so you don't get infections. You'd have to adhere to a protocol of making sure your injections are on point, making sure if your injection is not this, you need this to combat that. So anything that you do to try to be the best version of yourself is going to take some type of discipline, determination, and dedication to it. And that's what I call 3D. All right. So like I said, we got burn, we got test, we got creatine, we got the ABC, and we got the pro. Now, if you're wondering why I don't have a bigger tub, which I probably do down here, yeah, I do. A bigger tub, you can get these in the 5 pound. I like to go ahead and order 2 pounds because I like to order multiple flavors. That way you don't have the same 5 pound tub protein, unless you're with a company that has 5 sucky flavors and only one good one, and you order 5 pounds of that, and there's nothing else good on the menu. Core's not that type of company. They have several good protein powders on the menu. And I do other things with these protein powders other than make my morning shakes. I've made cookie dough. I've made brownies. I've made pancakes. I've made a lot of things with core protein powder, and they taste great. Okay. I'm talking about I've had pancakes with no syrup. Trust me on that. I even have a video cooking that here on the channel. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead, because I don't want to keep you too long. Let's get into the special announcement. If you don't know or you're not aware, this channel has now reached 2,000 subscribers. And although not a heaping much, it means a lot to me, because the 2,000 subscribers that dedicate themselves to this channel have dedicated themselves to me in this community. And that means a lot to me. Okay. It's better than having no subscribers. And it means a lot to me that those subscribers that have taken the time to like my videos, to comment, to actually view my videos. I always want to give back. I did a giveaway at 500. I did a giveaway at 1,000. I'm going to do a giveaway at 2,000. And that's what's in the box. Okay. So I'm going to give away a free container of core ABCD. Now, this branched chain amino actually has a creatine ingredient in it, because this is something that if I ever want something like a pre-workout, I don't get it. I just get the ABCD. It's enough for me. It's got the the caffeine kick, and I feel the energy in that. And plus, I get my branched chain aminos. And I'm going to even give you something to make sure you can put that in there, shake it up, and head to the gym. So, in order to enter this giveaway, shortly after this video, probably a couple of days, I will go ahead and put the instructions on my Instagram channel. Okay. I also will post here in the community of YouTube what you can do here later if there are a lot of subscribers that do not have Instagram. But that's not going to be an excuse, because you're going to need to be an Instagram follower and a YouTube subscriber to even be considered for this. I'm going to come up with the rules of how you enter, which is going to be pretty simple, because I'm not trying to make this difficult. And I'm going to post that up on IG, and I'm going to let you all go for it. And whoever wins, I'm going to send it out. I've never not sent out one of my prizes, and it's not going to start now. So you're going to get a free shaker bottle on me. You're going to get a free supplement on me. And it's just saying thank you for supporting my channel. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to get ready to wrap this up. I really thank you for joining me. You all have a great day. Be safe. So you know what I say about this time. And if you don't know, you better subscribe, like, share the channel so you do know. Be safe. Let's build together, and peace.